Yo, let's dive on to something kind of wonky and funky. Actually, it all depends. Who's ready for this? I know, title Transcending Christmas. Okay, I want to bring this a bit more down to earth. Yet, this video is kind of like to help out those who are under you could say, government that would restrict them from having those celebrations. Um, with either the current situation right now or any kind of political assets in that. So if you are about to feel bummed that you cannot do it because you have a big governmental gun to your head in the aspect of you're going to be charged fines or something else that way, um, then here's a solution to try and help you out. And it's to kind of transcend the whole idea of Christmas and celebrations. Okay? And again, all of this is brought into an aspect of balance. No, not necessarily sticking to any extreme. So it's not saying ban all the holidays, fuck them. No, it's not that extreme. It's to bring you an aspect of balance. So it's not to say fuck it all or you need it all the time. It's to kind of get you to a healthy balance so that you transcend the idea of holidays or any specific days as a celebration day per se. You'll see. There's a fine tuning to that wording that I'm still kind of getting, but especially in the aspect of celebration day. Okay? So you're in a situation, depending on where you're at, where you're not allowed to gather with your loved ones or anyone that you like. Whether it be this holiday or even the whole Coco confinement. Wow, that does go well. Coco confined. Um, you're either confined, something like that. Well, you may feel bummed about not being able to have that direct interaction or to celebrate with your loved ones. And well, yeah, you're right to it. You're right to have that feeling because over a span of years, we have societally been led to feeling certain feelings and emotions of celebrations around that time. Societally. Big ass emphasis on societally. Because again, as I always say, you ain't born with that knowledge. You ain't born with that idea. It is something that was told to you as you grew up. So it's normal. You've been told that for a number of years, and now we're straight up telling you, nope, you're not doing it. Better not do it, or you're gonna pay. So yeah, you're completely okay for feeling that, for feeling bummed out, or even a bit angry at that. Again, that repetition, and now we're straight up sweeping that repetition under you. Okay? Yet there's a reason why I keep emphasizing it on it was told to you and then it was repeated. Because that's how we learn. That's how certain things become normal to you. You can, again, look at various states in history where certain things were accepted and not. Certain ethnicities were accepted and not throughout history. And now we're at this amazing sweet spot where we're all balanced out. Most of it, most general aspects of it were balanced out compared to then. All repetition and normalized behaviors and habits. Okay? Yet, that's the key. That's the master key to understand. Repetition and normalized. You do not need to feel associated to that. You don't. When you look at it without having the programming, the indoctrination that you didn't consciously choose, you did not choose it, okay? If you had that free will as a baby, man, you'd be the avatar. You'd be like Korra as soon as you saw Korra. As a little kid, yeah, I'm the avatar, I got all elements. You'd be that. But we didn't all have that luxury. we didn't collectively have that. Not that early on. So You're born into certain kind of traditions, but you did not choose them. Okay? Have that as the master key for you. If you didn't choose it, you are not bound to it. Well, even if you chose it, you can always change. Again, you're not stuck in one idea or one stance. This is not duality we're talking about, okay? We're blending with the all. So, you're not bound to it. You're repeating it. And you feel like you're bound to it, but you are not bound to it. Christmas Day is like every other day, if it wasn't for the social repetition. Now, to balance this out, because this does feel a tad bit extreme, anti-holidays or anti-this, some people may feel it, like we've been walking on eggshells for a number of, from the recent years. Some people might feel, like, you're going against the holidays. And it's like, whoa, wait. It doesn't mean fuck all holidays. It just means you are not bound to it. Every day could be a celebration. Every day could be a day of communion with everyone or with your loved ones. You choose. Every day could be that. It's just that we've societally decided on specific dates. But can you see how funny that is? Couldn't we just have this shit every fucking day? Have that fun. You don't even need the decoration or the gift giving. How could you say, calendar specific gift giving? You know what I mean? That aspect of free flowing giving, but on a specific date. You wouldn't necessarily need that. You can you see the logic and how that can kind of get you emotionally bound to certain things, as well as behaviorally bound to certain things, okay? You could have that every day. It's just that you've been practicing it based on what you were told, which was what everyone followed. Yet, you can also bring the irony of it in the religious side, because, this one glorious day, even though you were taught to cherish each and every day and each and every one the same way. Can you see a bit of that dissonance, and being taught one thing, but then practicing another, unawarely? So, in that way, when you start understanding that, you don't necessarily need to feel bummed out of being gun to head, stuck, and not necessarily being able to have those gatherings. Okay? You don't necessarily need to have that negative reaction. You can understand that each and every day is a celebration. Each and every day is a celebration if you decide to see it that way. And are out of being emotionally bound and stuck to specific dates. Okay? So that whole gun to head thing, you'll just be laughing at it and going, okay, cool. Great. So that was nice if I felt bound to that. Yet I can have that celebration and communion with everyone at any fucking point. Right? It doesn't even need to be a headline. It doesn't even need to be a thing, if you know what I mean. This aspect of people are now restrained to their house and cannot celebrate. What? So there's only one way to celebrate? There's only one aspect, one stance, and then one day to celebrate? Again, it's kind of like getting to the microcosm of that thought pattern repeated. Okay? And you can just see how silly it is to a certain degree. It's not going anti, because it is fun to have the decoration. It is fun to have the gatherings. It is fun to splice things up. Yet you can also understand that certain people, they do it on a yearly basis. Certain people, they do it throughout the year. They don't wait for a single day. Some people just change their household and the way that it's looking, it's presented. Some people just change that every month, every week at times. Some people do. Oh, what? So you're going to judge them because of that? Watch out. That's the trap. It's always a trap. whenever you judge someone else, you're always doing it from within your perimeter of thought, your database. So you're judging yourself. So you can't judge people for that. Can you see the benefit and value of changing and having that change, that celebration every day, practically every 2 weeks? Well, yeah. Your high mood, your peak state stays on. Naturally. It's not sparse through, oh, this month I'm going to have that peak state in communion, and this month I'm going to have that peak state. No. You're living it up. You're having this on the daily basis. You're not bound. Advantages, that repetition becomes more and more apparent through your daily day. So you're not stuck to one single day, one single time, because we've collectively agreed to that. No, we could technically collectively agree to have that every fucking time, or have that fun, It's just that, that kind of fucks around with the marketing of things, right? Be happy every day. Okay, well, we can't market that, can we? I don't know, that's their fucking problem. At the end of the day, your state, your momentum, and what you dish out. So, since you have complete control over it, understanding that this is your current mood and state, and you're the only one who knows the granularity of those factors to the degree that you pay attention to it, why not just choose to be in a different state or have that peak state whenever you want, right? So, that's the thing. You're not bound to it. Have it whenever you want. You want to have that collective gathering? Okay, once they lift up the cocoa thing, have as much as you want. Because you're free and you're not bound to it. You want to have celebrations? Cool. Do it. Have it every 2 weeks. I remember there are people who pull this off every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks. House parties, celebration like that, gatherings. They can just fucking do it. It is playful. It all depends what you want to feel, how you prefer to feel. So go for it. Don't stay bound to specific holidays or days. Transcend that. It is not denying it. It is not going against it. And it is not going all in. It is understanding that you can have it whenever you want. You can have that state, that cherished state, whenever you want. It is a state of mind. Hell, you can even play with it in imagination and feel it in the moment. Because that's your experience. That's your human consciousness experience. You're feeling it in the moment. So, just recall that last house, work party, office party, or recall that last house party. And booyah, you'll feel it. Don't deny your feelings, your aspect of feelings. Just don't force them onto others. See? Balance. Balance. It's not one extreme or another. It's not demanding it from others. But staying in the state of expectation is not wrong, as long as you don't demand it. Yet you can just play with that in your mind, and you're feeling it in the now, currently. And then keep that repetition, and that just becomes your state. You won't need the imagination, you won't need the location, you'll just be in that state. So, again, you don't need to feel bummed out because of a repeated societal habit of putting the idea of celebration on one day. It's just like the New Year's resolution. You can have your revolution on a daily basis, or your revolution of resolutions, You can have it on a daily basis. You don't need a single day. It's just that we've collectively repeated that without looking back and going, wait a second. I could just take a decision on a moment, and that's a resolution, and just keep up to date with myself now, in the present. You're practically constantly doing it sometimes. Oh, I'm not going to eat this thing that I fucking dislike. Why? Because I dislike it now. Okay, that's a resolution. You chose to go a different path. You didn't need a specific day, or a specific year. And you allow yourself to shift and change. Hey, if you go back to eating that, maybe you found different nuances in the taste. So, that's how you can kind of transcend it. It's not a good, bad, right, wrong duality BS. It's just basically understand that that association to that celebration wouldn't have been if it wasn't told to you by the exterior. You didn't consciously choose it. You just went along a momentum. And you would have this people giving you the stink eye if you didn't follow it up early on, possibly. There are that kind of pressure. There's a reason why certain make funny Christmas movies about people being overly into the celebration. There's a reason for that, but you don't need to choose to pick that. You can balance it out. Doesn't mean to completely shove it to the side. You can do that if you want, but again, whatever you go against always comes back because you're the one perceiving it. So if you're gonna be like, I hate Christmas, yeah, well, look at what you're gonna see around that time period. All of the Christmas stuff, and then your mental process will have you react on your own. We're just bringing a state of balance, going, okay, well, you don't necessarily need to feel bummed out for not participating in there. Now, again, repetition. You don't need to. You can have that state at any point. You don't need specific factors to be in that state. So, have fun. Just have fun with it. And laugh about how silly it was. Because you want to make fun of yourself, but don't be venomous about it. So just kind of laugh how silly it was. And just be like, okay, that happened. Let's just move on. You know? Have that fun. Play with this. All right? So, that's pretty much about it. Can't really retread. Nah, there's no real need to retread. Allow yourself to be in that state. Play with it. And don't need to feel bummed out. For all you fucking know, it could be a, man, my plan to take away Christmas. I will have people not be able to commute with each other. Then they will feel like shit. Have fun. Just make fun of that. I will make sure that people do not have Christmas or they will need to pay. And then they won't have money to buy Christmas presents or even have a New Year resolution. Meh. You can see it. You can see it that conspiracy route and make fun of it too, you know. At the end of the day, you master your state and you're just, woo, fun. And then still contributing to other people's development and evolution, because you being your unique self contributes to that at all points. Spoken about it more and more. So have that fun. Have some great holidays. Don't stay too bound to it. And allow yourself to be in that state. True. Past that moment. Past that point. At all point. All of it.